When it comes to climate, Mr. Speaker, I've answered so many questions. They don't seem to listen. They won't listen to conservative stalwarts like Preston Manning. They won't listen to the Nobel Prize winner in economics. I'd urge them to listen to the Pope from this past weekend, who said for too long we've collectively failed to listen to the fruits of scientific analysis and called carbon pricing essential. It's time to get with the program.
Well, speaking of the Pope, it's time that they made confession over there.
Here, here.
Because they've been keeping a deep, dark secret that if this government is re-elected, as the PBO has pointed out, the carbon tax will add a full 23 cents to the cost of gas. Now, this is the PBO, whose word is much more reliable than that of a government that's missing its data balanced budget by 2 decades. So will the member unburden his soul and confess to Canadians the real price that he will add to a litre of gas if re-elected?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Environment.
Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the recent PBO report, the honourable member knows that it presumes that no further action will be taken on climate change. I'd suggest the honourable member is projecting what we should expect to see in the Conservative plan due to come out this week. I'd also invite the honourable member to review the prior report of the Parliamentary Budget Officer, which indicated 8 out of 10 families in his province will be left better off as a result of our plan. We're following the advice of the leading experts in the world, including last year's winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics. Mr. Speaker, if he won't believe me, he won't believe the Pope, he won't believe the Nobel Prize winner, I'd suggest there's no convincing him.
Honourable member for Carleton.
Well, Mr. Speaker, you still wouldn't answer the simple question of how much gas prices will go up when the Liberal carbon tax is fully and finally implemented. But the PBO went on CTV last week and said that the Liberal plan for the carbon tax would have to be twice as high as they now admit and 5 times as high as it now is, leading to gas prices that would rise 23 cents a litre. Wow. If the PBO is wrong, then how much will gas prices go up under the Liberal plan?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, if the honourable member had actually read the PBO report, he would notice that he actually pointed out that this was the least expensive option. I expect that the Conservative plan will mirror that of Doug Ford's, and I'm curious that their strategy is to cozy up to the Premier of Ontario. However, we know that it's going to lead to a worse record in terms of emissions reduction and a greater cost for families. We've been transparent about our plan. The price will increase to $50 a tonne by 2022. I'll show them the website afterwards. Until then, I'll assume their plan will mirror Doug Ford's and will make life more expensive for families.
The honourable member for Carleton.
So there we have it. 23 cents a litre is the minimum cost Liberals would impose on Canadian motorists. Well, I think Canadians would like to know what is the maximum cost of a Liberal carbon tax. He's right. The PBO did say that the Liberal carbon tax could actually be higher than the $100 a tonne. He speaks about provincial politics. We know that Kathleen Wynne is their model. She lied in 4 elections about coming tax increases. She increased the cost of energy. If they're following that model, why won't they come clean before the election and tell us how much it will cost and higher gas prices if the Liberals are re-elected?
Parliamentary Secretary.